So I'm just going to make a quick video to show the construction I've used for the side of this boat. Basically the plans called for 9mm ply. What I've done instead is used 3mm ply as a base and then 5mm Sapele planking on the top, which I've screwed on. This is all just dry fitted at the moment, but the screws are all positioned so it looks like a traditionally planked hull. You can see where there's a join in the board there, and then where all the batten screws would be. So the next step is to remove all of these and then basically epoxy all of the boards back on, and then I will take all the screws back out once the epoxy's set and plug each of these holes so it looks like a traditional hull. But the end result is 9mm thick Sapele and ply. So I've numbered all the boards just so that I make sure I get them all back on in the right order. I'm just going to unscrew them and then pop them on the bottom of the boat and glue up the side and then screw them all back in place. So that's all the planks taken off. You can see all the screw holes and marking lines on there. And there's the side, which is just a 3mm ply. So now I'm just going to glue them up one by one and put them back on. These are the screws that I'm using. Just regular drywall screws, because they had a big nice flat head on them, quite a sharp point. They won't actually be on the boat when it's finished, they're only temporary whilst the glue dries, so they were perfect for it really. So I'm just using West epoxy to glue these on, and a little bit of filleting compound just to thicken it up slightly. And just a gloss roller to apply it to the ply on the side of the boat and to each plank as well. So that's the side all glued up, and about 10 hours time, when the epoxy's just starting to cure but not fully hardened, I'll take all the screws back out. So this is the next morning, probably about 12 hours on from when I glued everything up, and the epoxy's cured enough that it's going to hold all the boards in place, but it's just soft enough that I can still get the screws out without anything sticking or breaking off in there, so I'm going to do that next. So I've taken all the screws out, and they all came out okay with no breakages, which is always nice. So the next thing is going to be just to drill those holes out and fit plugs in all of them, and then I'll start fairing the side after that. What I'm going to do is put screws back in on the frame intersections. So I don't know if you can see there, I've done a slightly different spacing on the screw. That's where there's a frame, so once I've drilled the plug hole, I'm going to put a screw back in there into the frame, and then plug over the top of it, and all of these will basically just be dummy holes. So I've started doing the plug in, and I thought I'd just show you how I'm drilling the plug holes in the side. I'm using this, which is a Trend 3/8 plug cutter, and I've just shortened the pilot bit back a little bit so it doesn't go too far in. I'm basically just using that in the existing hole to drill out a nice clean plug hole. The nice thing about these is it does a flat bottomed hole, so it's not going to go too deep into the boat, because the Sapele is only 5mm thick. And then I'm just using a little bit of plastic conduit over the drill as a kind of depth stop, so it doesn't go in too far again, and then knocking the plug in afterwards. So I'll show you how I do that. So you can see there it creates a nice flat bottomed hole, which will take the plug, and on the frame lines it will also take a screw as well, but the rest of them will just be dummy plugs basically.